We are accidentally creating more of what we don't want just by how we think. Here to help us turn that around, we welcome back the author of the upcoming book, Think It, How to Train Your Thinking to Get Everything You Want, Master Life Coach Sarah Centrella. Good to see you again, Sarah.
So good to see you, Helen.
First of all, tell me about this book.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one because it is all the mindset tools I've been teaching for the past decade. And I teach a lot of different tools that work and really change people's lives, but mindset is number one.
Okay.
Because it's just the root system of everything that we get in our life. And so if you know how to kind of hack that and change your thoughts and get your mindset aligned with what you want, you get it so much faster.
So how do you say people create what they don't want?
Yeah.
How do they end up doing that? Let's talk about that first.
So most people are focused on what is happening today and what's going wrong in their life. So if those are their two focus points, because it's just daily life, right? Then that's, without even knowing it, they're actually creating today over and over and over and over again, like to infinity into the future.
Give me an example of someone who's done that.
So if you're stressing out about, let's say, problems at work, and maybe you don't like your boss, or you have a situation at work that stresses you out, by focusing on that, by thinking about it all day long, talking about it, you're actually expanding the problem and you're creating more and more of that problem in the future. Not only that, you're actually creating that dynamic in multiple other areas of your life, maybe in your friendships or in your relationships. So
is it because we're thinking negatively, and so that kind of...
It's kind of what you focus on expands is the base law. So if I'm focusing on something, not only am I growing it, but I'm actually recreating it. So the kind of basic law of attraction is what I think about, I attract to me. Okay. So if we look at it like that, then it's like, oh my gosh, what am I thinking about all day?
Right.
Because that is actually what's coming in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now. So if those aren't things that I want, and if they're problems, I definitely want to stop that cycle, and I want to start actually getting what I want instead.
Okay, so you have a 3-step process for changing this around, getting things going your way.
It's really simple. I call it see it, stop it, replace it. And what I mean by see it is you first have to understand that you're having these thoughts in the first place. And that oftentimes is the hardest part of the whole process. It's just awareness. So when you recognize that you're having a thought that's either making you upset, it's causing stress, causing anxiety, maybe even like making you sick to your stomach, that's your kind of cue to say, hey, what am I thinking about? Because I'm expanding a problem right now. So what is the problem? What's the kind of subject matter of the problem? And then I want to stop it. So I just want to say, hey, that's not true. I don't want that anymore.
Give me an example.
Yeah, so a great example is, let's say you're in a relationship and you're focused on the things your partner does not do well.
Yeah,
right?
doesn't pick up the shoes.
All the things that are kind of going wrong in the relationship. Then you're constantly creating that. You're talking about it to them. You're nagging, let's say, or whatever. And you're not focusing on the things that are positive. So in that moment, when I realize, oh, here I go again, I'm obsessing again about this problem, I want to stop it. I want to say, hey, I don't want to create that anymore in my life. So you have this kind of moment where you can argue with that internal voice. Just say, nope, that's not what I'm creating. I'm not doing that anymore. And then I actually want to replace it with what I want instead. So if I want a harmonious relationship and I want us to get along and I want us, to be great, then I want to start focusing on, like, hey, these are all the things that my partner is doing great and doing well, and this is why I love them. And then I'm going to actually be giving that energy to them. And
are you going to tell them they're doing all these things great?
Yes, verbalizing is super important, right? So if I have no problem verbalizing what's going wrong, then I absolutely have to verbalize what's going right to encourage that, to build that closeness, right? So you can do that with money stress. If I'm stressing about bills, or I'm worried about maybe being laid off, this is a crazy economy we're in right now, right? Then I want to think, hey, well, I don't want to focus on possibly being laid off, because what I focus on, I bring to me, right? So I want to instead be like, my job is secure, I'm great at my job, I feel really confident at what I do, I'm a valued member of the team. So I'm replacing it with an outcome that I want, therefore I'm starting to create that.
But realistically, though, if we're in the bad economy and you may be great at your job, that doesn't matter ultimately, right? You still could lose your job. Shouldn't you also be examining how you should get yourself ready for the next job, possibly?
You definitely could still lose your job for sure. So I think when it comes to our thoughts, we want to control what we can, right? So
no, that's true. There's that.
Yeah. So if I am
focus on what you can control.
Yeah. If I'm automatically focused on worst case scenario, I'm way more likely to show up that way at my job, which is going to cause, you know what I mean? So if I'm choosing to focus on the positive side, then I'm coming into work more in that spirit, right? I'm valuing my job more. I'm bringing better energy to it, all those things. Still, I could be laid off, right? But in that case, then I want to continue to work on creating a mindset that is bringing me the next best opportunity, which could be better than what I have. So it's always something that is within our control to change how we're thinking about something, because that is creating our reality.
So what would you say to our viewers out there? What can they try today to kind of help them move on to their next thing, getting the negative out and the positive in?
So start with see it. And by that, again, I mean just throughout the day, throughout the day, what am I thinking about? So if you have a smart watch, it has a breathe setting, right, that you can set to once an hour to buzz to remind you to breathe. That's a perfect way to be like, hey, what was I thinking about this last hour? What have I been thinking about today? Because then I can notice, oh, I've been thinking about this problem for 4 days straight. Like now is time to change it. So if you start there, then you're going to start to kind of understand. And then the easiest way to replace it is just what's the opposite? So what is the opposite of what I've been thinking about all day? Because again, normally people are focused on what they don't want.
Right.
And so all you have to do is go, well, what would I want instead?
Right.
Like, what's a good outcome? And then you go all in on that. And you just say that over and over to yourself. And then you start bringing it into your existence.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, the book again is titled Think It, How to Train Your Thinking to Get Everything You Want. Sarah Centrella, thank you so much.
Thanks, Helen.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away. Great job as usual.